from Lego Buff Productions, here with my second episode of How to Pack Lego. Now in the first episode we covered prepping the sets, and in this episode we're covering wrapping the sets. So the things you'll need for this episode are bubble wrap, which I have a little bit left right here, and then I have this giant white box full of it, and then also packing tape. And again, it can come in either this large dispenser or the small ones. So without further ado, let's get into the wrapping. So as I mentioned in the first video, you might want to use perforated bubble wrap for smaller sets because you can very easily tear it off. So you can see the bubble wrap, there is a perforated line right there. I'm just gonna tear nice and easy along it, and there I have my sheet of bubble wrap. I'm gonna put the bubbles face down, take my set, put it right in the middle there, and now I'm gonna use the tape dispenser, and I've already cut the pieces, but you need two pieces, a short one, which is about this size, and then a longer one, which is about this size right here. And you can just put those on something to the side so you can easily grab them. Then you're gonna fold up this side like that. Doesn't matter which side you choose to reverse, this side or that side. And then the other side right on over that. Take your piece of tape then, attach it to one part right there, hold tightly, fold down just like that. Then you're just going to take the ends and fold them up. And what I'll do is I'll attach a piece of tape to this end. This is what you need the longer piece for. Once that's attached, then I'll go ahead and fold up the other end and just pull the tape right to it like so. Make sure it's on nice and neat. And there you have your small set wrapped right there. So if anything were to hit this, it would not scratch or damage it at all. Now let's move on to the Republic Fighter Tank. For the Republic Fighter Tank, what you're going to do first is take off any pieces that you can see come off in large chunks. So any set that can come apart like this, where you see the side cannons come off fairly easily, and then also the two side legs, or whatever you want to call them, also come off easily. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off. And now I'm left with just the base here. You can either wrap these all together or separately, it's up to you. And I've decided to wrap them separately. So I'll take my larger piece of bubble wrap here. This is a non-perforated one. Go ahead and put the fighter tank body in the middle of it. And I'm just going to wrap it the exact same way as the last set. So I'm going to fold up this side and then this one. Go ahead and grab a piece of tape here. Make sure to have your tape cut first, so you don't have to cut it while you're trying to hold the bubble wrap, so you'll lose your hold. Nice and strong right there. Then I'll go ahead and fold over the sides here. And then I'll grab another piece of tape, attach it, and there you have your main body wrapped like that. Then I'll go ahead and grab one of the perforated pieces of bubble wrap right here, and I'll put the legs in this one. I don't think the cannons will fit in this one. And then I'll go ahead and wrap these together. It's just the same exact method for all of them. Then you take your larger piece of tape and you tape the legs. Make sure you get your tape on the bubble wrap there. There we go. And then you just have it reach over and tape the other side like so. And you do the same for the two cannons on the side. I just want to show those. And now we'll move on to Orto Think. Now on to Orto Think, and this is the technique you'll use for any of your super large sets. Now I've taken a bunch of the perforated bubble wrap, and I've just run it out. I haven't separated it yet. What I'm going to do is start by wrapping it around, find the nearest perforation point, which is right here. Go ahead and rip that once I know the exact size. Then I'll take a piece of tape right here, make sure the wrapping goes all the way to the bottom and around, and I'll go ahead and tape it. Remember to tape it on one side first, pull it tight, and then tape it to the other. Now you will see there are some points that don't get covered, and don't worry, we will cover those. Now I'll move the camera up a bit to get to the next layer right here. Again, we'll kind of see where the nearest perforation point is right here. I'll take another piece of tape, wrap it around the next section up here. And you want to have some overlap there. And then we'll go ahead, remember, tape it on one side first, pull it tight onto the other side there. And then finally, we'll move up to the very top of Orto Think right there. Again, find the nearest perforation point. And that would be right there. Grab your piece of tape. And then we'll wrap it around the top here. Tape on, pull it tight, make sure it's attached, and that's the first step. Next, you're going to go, instead of going around this way, you're going to go around that way. So we'll start by go down to the bottom of Orto Think, and we're going to lift it up just a little bit and slide some of this bubble wrap under it, like so. Some more of this. And you want to make sure it does have some room to come up so it'll be easier to tape it. And then we'll go ahead and I'm just going to pull it over the top here. There we go. And then it just goes right on back down. And you want to, I'm doing this because you want to make sure, especially for your larger sets, that nothing really breaks off and everything is secure if something were to break off. Find the nearest perforation point. Once you can kind of get an estimate for how much you'll need, we'll go back down to the bottom here. And you can see I may have gone one too far, so I can just rip this one off. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is fold the bottom part up. Make sure again that you leave a little bit at the bottom there. Tape it on there, pull it down, tape it again. And then now what we're going to do is fold the sides in and tape those. Now you will need a lot of tape to go on the sides, not just one piece in the middle. So again, just take a few more pieces here. Again, attach them to something so they're very easy to take off right when you need them. I would say about 3 probably for each side. So I'll just make a few more. I'll make 2 more. And there we go. Again, not too big, but you don't want to make them super small. And that should do it. So we'll start off on the bottom here. Fold this as close together as it can go. And we'll put a piece of tape right there. And then we'll move up onto the middle here, middle section. And bring it as close as possible. Take a piece of tape, tape it, and then finally the top here. Get your piece of tape ready. Hold it as close together as you can, and go ahead and put that piece of tape on there. Then we'll go around to the other side. Do the same. We'll start at the top this time. Fold it in. Get your tape, and then we'll go on to the middle section. Put my piece of tape on here, and then finally down to the bottom here. my piece of tape. If there's any sections that you see are still sticking out, I see just a few. You might get some smaller pieces and go ahead and tape those up like on the bottom here. I'll just tape up this flap right here just so it's not sticking out like that. You can leave it if you want though. And there you can see Orto Think is all wrapped up. Now tune in next week for the final episode and I'll show you guys how to pack the sets. That is Orto Think. Here is our police car right there. And then we also have the Republic fire tank. Again, the body, the two side pieces, and then the turrets right there. So again, don't forget to check out my channel for some of their awesome LEGO videos, and have a great day.